This is a true collaboration between human and machine.
All right, everyone, settle in. Roll cameras, and action! I want full steam from the locomotive as it crosses the bridge.
Athlete Advantage: Why sports create better CEOs. Discover why the sports field is the ultimate laboratory for professional success. Learn how youth sports build the grit and empathy needed for 2026's competitive job market. In this video, we break down the long game strategy. While diplomas provide knowledge, youth sports engineer the behavioral patterns required for high-stakes professional environments. Key takeaways include the laboratory concept: why tactical pathways on the field are identical to meeting corporate deadlines. Engineering grit: how the emotional spike of failure becomes data for a growth mindset. Leadership core: resolving high-pressure friction without adult intervention.
A modern professional environment requires a specific set of psychological tools. Success depends on the discipline to meet compounding deadlines, the empathy to navigate office politics, and the grit to recover from setbacks without losing focus. These traits aren't granted by a diploma. They are behavioral patterns that must be practiced and engineered long before an individual enters the workforce. Physical health and scoreboard tallies are the visible results of youth sports. However, beneath the surface of the game, the brain is engaged in a different type of training. The physical boundaries of these two environments differ, but the tactical pathways are identical. The sports field serves as a laboratory for the adult the child will become. This training begins with logistics. Joining a team locks a child into a schedule of mandatory practices and established routines. They learn that the group cannot function unless everyone adheres to the same set of rules. When a coach assigns a child to a specific position, the child sees the weight of their own role. If they miss a mark or skip a rotation, the opponent scores. They learn through direct experience how their individual effort impacts the broader group. Balancing these athletic requirements alongside schoolwork forces a young athlete to prioritize their hours. They must calculate their time to ensure they meet their obligations in both arenas. Managing these conflicting priorities establishes the baseline for a professional work ethic. The child learns how to honor external commitments while managing personal responsibilities. To function in a collaborative office, an adult must understand that others rely on their output. That sense of shared accountability takes years to solidify, and it originates on the practice field. Athletics expose children to rapid emotional extremes. When a batter strikes out with the bases loaded, or a goalie misses a critical save, the resulting public frustration hits with significant force. This map demonstrates how the field provides a bounded environment for processing failure. When an error occurs, the player's emotional state drops sharply. Because the next play is coming regardless of their feelings, the athlete is forced to process the mistake quickly. Under the guidance of a coach and the eyes of their peers, they learn to suppress the panic and focus on the immediate task. By repeating this process, failing and immediately re-engaging, the child learns that one strikeout does not end their capability. This perspective allows them to treat failure as data for improvement rather than a permanent defect. Recognizing that a mistake is temporary gives a young person the psychological clearance to try again. Over multiple seasons, this iterative recovery process crystallizes into grit. An adult cannot face a collapsed deal or a career setback without a framework for recovery. Experiencing controlled childhood defeat provides the mechanism required to build resilience against real-world failures. Moving a ball down a pitch or executing a defensive play requires trust. Players maintain continuous, high-speed coordination with peers to achieve a goal. The environment demands situational awareness. Teammates read split-second nonverbal cues, celebrate their peers' successes, and support each other after errors. Putting different personalities under competitive stress creates friction. Resolving these disputes forces players to practice clear communication and active conflict resolution directly with each other, often without adult intervention. If you isolate these specific skills, reading colleagues, resolving internal conflicts, and supporting team members under pressure, you are defining the core of leadership. Navigating professional hierarchies demands social calibration. The interpersonal coordination required by team sports forms the foundation necessary to succeed in those environments. As children master these physical, emotional, and social skills alongside their peers, they forge interpersonal bonds. This shared struggle generates camaraderie and a sense of belonging. Integrating into a team provides a network of support. This acts as a defense mechanism that pulls children away from social isolation. The long-term consequence of this training is a rooted sense of self-worth. By testing their limits and surviving failure, these individuals develop a durable self-confidence that is difficult to shake. The traits cultivated on the field extend across a person's life. This early training translates into better social adjustment, sharper academic motivation, and a baseline for psychological well-being. Youth sports exist to build capable, resilient adults. The athletic pitch provides the foundational blueprint required to construct them.
Elevate your perspective.